What is poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the Bald Online Podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Episode 20 on a Friday night. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you like the stream for your boy. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got the usual suspects, the Dull Spoon. We got Donkey Kong tuning in. What's up, bitches? Anakin, Malik. Shout out to all you guys. Shift was in here early. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is good. Says it's not on my top left, so that's fun. I don't know what to do anymore. But here we are. We got a fun show. We got Knicks Pacers, which is in the fourth quarter, so we can react to that whilst I'm doing the show. Coach Walk, what's poppin', brother? Yeah, I'm gonna text Klotz and tell him that he sucks. Should probably do that right now. That'd be quite funny. I'm gonna text Lucas right now, tell him that he sucks, and then we'll Score is 86-85 to the Pacers. All right, Jeff told me to tell you that you suck. Just sent to Lucas Klotz. All right, cool. We got 7 people in here. Let's go. Let's get 7 likes. Appreciate you tuning in, Donkey Kong. Someone remind me to ask Klotz about how his night went with the Javon Kinlaw. The Javon Kinlaw stuff is hilarious. We got 7 people in here. Let's go. Oh shit! What a 3 by. Yeah, I've already got it. I've got it, Coach. I've got him on IG and his phone number. Just texted him. All right, so we got a fun episode today. I probably won't be live on Memorial Day as well. So this will be my last show until Wednesday next week. We're doing an NFL offenses tier list. We've been doing running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers. We're now doing offenses as a whole, ranking every offense in the league. You guys are going to have input on this, as always. So let's get going. Let me mute the TV. So I'm copyrighted. All right, let's do this. Let's have some fun ranking every offense. We have 5 tiers. It's been a fun topic to discuss, the tier list. Zoom out a bit. All right. So we got tier 1, which is elite, which I'm thinking top 5 to 7 offenses in the league. You got your usual suspects. You got your Detroits. You got your Ravens, those types of teams. We got potent, which are offenses that aren't necessarily elite, but will be very, very good. Kind of top 10-ish, top 12-ish offenses. Very good, but not quite elite. Solid with a high ceiling / promising. So teams that on paper could be really, really good. We just maybe don't know enough about them yet, or they're just solid with a high ceiling if everyone's healthy. Could mean that as well. Middle of the pack, kind of below average. And then, you know what? I'm going to add an extra row below. And I'm going to call it pure trash, which is going to be reserved for the Steelers. So let's get into it. New Orleans Saints, below average. I don't expect much. They actually, pretty much, Anakin. Yeah, pretty much. I'll put the comments on stage. Why not? Hey, there we go. Below average for the Saints. They've got some decent skill position players, right? Alvin Kamara is still a very good running back. Rashid Shaheed was actually throwing some bombs. I would put them in pure trash, but Coach Wog, that's reserved for the Steelers and the Steelers only. I just wanted to add that tier for the Steelers because I can't fucking stand watching the Steelers play football. But yeah, the Saints are about as close to pure trash as you can get. Saints don't love the quarterback situation. They've not got any quarterback that I really like. They've got good weapons. They've got they've got Olave. Can't really stay healthy. Rashid Shaheed's pretty solid. They got Kellen Moore calling plays. I've always thought Kellen Moore is a bit overrated. I'm not a huge fan of Kellen Moore. But Kellen Moore's not going to come in and fix this offense overnight. They're going to be one of the worst offenses in the league, and they can't figure out the quarterback. You know, just for the sake of it, Steelers, we're going to put them here. They're not even the worst offense in the league. I just hate watching the Pittsburgh Steelers play offense. Like, that tier's just for me. They're just a joke to watch. Just a complete joke. And they have Will Howard. Will Howard's their best quarterback. They traded Pickens for a third and traded a second for DK, which doesn't make much sense because DK and Pickens are kind of similar caliber of receiver. If we're being objective, the Steelers' offense might be slightly better than the Saints, but because I can't stand the Steelers, I'm putting them down there. There's no other reason for that. New Orleans, Dolphins, this is where they are for me. I think Dolphins at their peak are definitely potent or elite. But it all depends on a lot of things. What does the offensive line look like? What is Tua going to be healthy? Is Tyreek Hill still what he was? But when Tua's been healthy, they've been at least a good offense. And they've had years where they've been really, really good offenses near the top of the league in offense. There's just some question marks there. So I'm going to put them in high ceiling / promising. I can't really put them in the top 2 right now because there's too many question marks. Like I said, the offensive line, Tua, A-Chain's really good when he's healthy, but they have a lot of health concerns, offensive line concerns. Pacers are starting to pull away here. Baltimore Ravens. I think the Ravens are an elite offense. Yeah, exactly, Coach. I agree with that. Depending on health, mainly for me, and depending on whether they're, what conditions they're playing in. I think the Ravens are an elite offense. Last year, I think they were top 3 in points, I want to say. Let me go and check that. I'll check their points. Yeah, last year they were 3rd in points. They were 1st in yards per play by like over half a yard, which is a lot. I think you've got Lamar. When you have a quarterback like that, he's given you a floor of being like a top 7 offense no matter what's around him. And you add Derrick Henry. You've got Zay Flowers, who's a good playmaker. Like, as long, Isaiah Likely's a great tight end. Like, the personnel's there. The consistency, like Lamar Jackson always gives you top 5 offenses every single year. That's the impact that he has as a player. Regardless of what's around him, he'll always lead you to be an elite offense. So I think the Ravens are an A, pretty self-explanatory. If they had some better receivers, then that offense would be pretty hard to stop. I gotta say, I love the Ravens offense. They're gonna be a top 5 offense in the league. Cincinnati, I'm gonna put them in elite. You could argue potent, but I think with Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, that's given you elite offensive production no matter what. They were 6th in points. I'm pretty sure every year Burrow's been healthy, they've been at least a top 7 offense. And that, if they could run the ball, if they had maybe a better offensive line, they could maybe compete with even teams like Detroit who have that offensive line and have the running game. But that passing attack is elite no matter what. You've got Burrow, Chase, and Higgins. That's the best trio probably in the NFL. They can drop 40 on you every single week, no matter who the team is. I think on paper, their offense should be better than Baltimore, but statistically, the Ravens have been a bit of a better offense in the last couple of years, but I still think the Bengals are an elite offense for sure. Denver Broncos, I think they're a middle-of-the-pack offense. I think their team is led by their defense. And when you look at their offense, they were – where were they? They were 10th in points, so maybe we could actually move them up to we'll move Denver up to here then. They could be in mid. It's either mid or solid. You got Bo Nix, who's good. Got Courtland Sutton, who's good. Their offensive line's really good. I'm struggling between middle of the pack and solid. I wouldn't say Denver's potent. I do disagree with that. By the way, congrats on graduating high school, Anakin. Big dog. Mid. I don't. Ooh, it's either mid or solid for me. Um, I think they're worthy of being next to Miami. I could definitely see the argument for them being middle of the pack. I don't hate either, but their offensive line is really good. I think they're going to be better at running the ball. I think R.J. Harvey is going to be a good bell cow. Courtland Sutton and Pat Bryant's a good wide receiver duo. I think when healthy, the Miami Dolphins will have a better offense just because of the explosiveness that Hill and Waddle give you. But I think Denver will be a solid offense. They'll give you like 22 a game ish, 23 a game. They're not going to be averaging 30 plus like teams like in 23 games, probably mid. So I don't know what I'm doing putting them in. But I think they're solid with. I don't know about the high ceiling, but I think they're just enough to be there for me. They're definitely not potent. They don't have enough juice to be potent. The Giants, below average. They've got some talent there. Russell Wilson's not it. Jameis isn't it. Malik Neighbors and Tyrone Tracy are really carrying that offense. I think Scatterbo and Tracy will be very good. Will be a very good duo. I could see the Giants being a trash. But I just can't put any team next to the Steelers. The Steelers just fucking infuriate me to watch. If I was being objective, they would both be here. But I have a personal vendetta against the Pittsburgh Steelers, so that's why I'm putting them in pure trash. There's no logic behind that. I just hate watching the Steelers play offense. But the Giants realistically are right next to them. I'm just putting the Steelers in trash just to make myself happy. Yeah, don't love the quarterback. Offensive line is very questionable. Love Malik Neighbors. I like Tyrone Tracy a lot. I like Cam Scatterbo, but I got to see some more results. They're just an average offense altogether. Vikings, potent. I think they're potent offense. I think not necessarily because of the quarterback. I think they're TBD. I could see an argument for here as far as high ceiling / promising. Like they could be solid with a high ceiling / promising because of really depends on the quarterback for that. But even if like let's say JJ McCarthy's like Brock Purdy or Bo Nix, Vikings are a tough one to call, coach, because like you look at their offensive line, they got the tackle Christian Darrisaw, who's really good. They fixed the interior, which really struggled in the last 2 games of the season. They've got the wide receivers. They've got the best receiver in the NFL, a great number 2, a really good tight end, a really good 2 good running backs. They've got the play caller. Like they've got everything. It's just JJ's the question mark. But I anticipate JJ being like a Bo Nix kind of Brock, maybe not Brock Purdy, but kind of a Tua-ish kind of quarterback. And you can have a mid quarterback and still be a potent offense. And I think that they will be potent just because of all the weapons they have. But I could see an argument for them being here as well. I'm going to put them they'll probably be at the back end of potent. Vikings suck. There you go. Motor City Street Scene. Welcome to the show, my brother. Yeah, that's why I think JGLB. I think he'll be like an Alex Smith, an Andy Dalton, as Lucas Klotz would say. I wonder if Lucas has responded to my text. Oh, yeah. Okay. If Lucas responds, I'll give you the answer. This Pacers next game is really good. I'm liking this. Good to see you, Motor City. I'm going to put the Vikings there for now. Rams, I said they were going to be an elite offense last year. They weren't. I'm going to put them in potent. I think they have the ceiling of being an elite offense, but I think Stafford getting a little older, but when healthy, an offense with him, Puka Nacua, and Devontae Adams should be very potent. I'm not going to put on the same level as Baltimore and Cincinnati quite yet because they haven't quite consistently. Yeah, I'm being objective, I think. Don't you think? I'm not putting them. Last year, I made the mistake. I went out on a limb and said they would be the best offense in the league. That did not pay off. Definitely backfired. It was unfortunate, the injuries, but it definitely backfired. That's not my finest moment. But I think that's a fairly mature answer. I think they're below the Ravens and Bengals, but I think they'll be a top 10 offense. I think that's fair to say. I think Stafford, Kyron, Puka and Devontae is a great um, group of four. I think their offensive line will be solid. Sean McVay, the play caller, there's nothing not to like about the offense. I think they'll be potent. I don't think they'll necessarily be elite because I think elite is top 6, 7, but they could be top 6 or 7. That would not surprise me. So I think when I see more consistent results, I'll put them in elite. But right now, I'll put them at potent. Don't worry about it, brother. Yeah, I listen. I just like Jeff Klotze, Booner, they have their misses that they're not particularly proud about. That yes, I had my reasonings behind it, and it was incorrect, and I'm owning up to it. I am using that as a learning experience. I'm watching the film. I am, using that as a learning experience. All right, I'm making the halftime adjustments, and we're getting better. All right, I'm growing as a man. I'm growing as a podcaster. Is the connection okay? Seems a little choppy there. Hope it's good. We're making the halftime adjustments. That's what I'm doing. Buccaneers. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks are here. It was choppy. I'm sorry, man. Fuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Appreciate you, brother. Man, I do not know what to do. I've been trying multiple things. I've tried restarting my phone before I put my hotspot on, because for some reason my house Wi-Fi doesn't really work up because I'm upstairs and I'm quite far away from the Wi-Fi, so that never works. So I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. I'll chug on. I'm trying things. I think the Bucks are going to be an elite offense this year. They were, I believe, they were fourth in points last year, third in yards per play, and they added Emeka Egbuka to that. Look at this offense. They've got great offensive line, Tristan Wirfs there. They've got Baker Mayfield, who I think is a top 10, 12 quarterback in football. They've got Rashad White and Bucky Irving in the back. I think Bucky Irving is going to be a top 10 running back in the league. And they've got Mike Evans, who's always really, really good. Chris Godwin, who was going nuclear last year before he got hurt. And now you add Emeka Egbuka there. They've got a great trio, really good quarterback. Only question maybe is the play calling. Are they going to be as good without Liam Cohen? But I think this Bucks offense, man, I think they're going to be electric. They were still doing pretty good, even when Godwin and Evans missed time. Now you're both getting them back. Motor City Mia. We got a new viewer. Is that Motor City Mia? What is up, my friend? Appreciate you tuning in. I've never seen you before. What is up? Appreciate you joining the show, my man. Or woman, Mia, whatever. Welcome to the show. Wife, I'll look into it. This really fucking bothers me that it's not working. But trying my best. And Kadon's a good tight end. I don't think there's anything not to like about this Bucks offense. I think they're going to be elite. I really do. And they've given you results. Like last year, they were a top 5 offense in pretty much everything. So yeah, I really. Yeah, facts. Yeah. That's funny. Oh my god, what a shot! This Knicks Pacers game, I might have to stop. We should do a watch party. Pacers Knicks watch party for the last like 3 minutes. That's funny. All right, next up, Detroit Lions elite. Oh, what a shot! Might put them behind Baltimore just because of the loss of Ben Johnson. You know what? I've got a hot take. I think the Bucks could have the best offense in the league this year, but I don't really care too much about the order. You can figure out the order, but the Lions' offense is elite. There's nothing to talk about. They were the best offense in the league last year by pretty much every metric. I mean, they were first in points by a lot. They've got the quarterback, really good quarterback, similar range as Baker, in my opinion. Best backfield in the league. They've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's a top 5 to 7 wide receiver in the league. They've got J-Mo, who's a terrific number 2. Tim Patrick, who's a great red zone mismatch. They added Isaac Tesla. They got Sam Laporta, really good tight end, one of the best offensive lines in the league. Yeah, there's not much to say there. That is true. Baker did throw some picks last year. But I mean, he gave you 41 touchdowns as well. So I mean, I think he does need to control it more. But I think the year before that he had like 10 picks, and he's had a year with Cleveland where I think he had 8 picks. So I trust him to take the interception number down a bit to maybe like 12, 13. Baker's a gunslinger, so I can live with a few extra picks. Josh Grizzard. I'm excited to see Josh Grizzard. You're good, bro. As long as you're listening, I appreciate it. Lions elite, none to say. They've been a top 3 offense in the league for the past 2 seasons, arguably the best offense in the league the past 2 seasons. Looks like the Knicks might be going down 2-0. I can see Gary V in the front row. Brunson. Oh, just take the shot. What the fuck was that? And the running. Yeah, that's true. He's a loose cannon, Baker. He does play reckless. But I think if you look at him and Goff's turnovers the last 2 years, I think they're pretty similar. But yeah, Lions offense is elite. Yeah, bro. I've been trying to tune in. When's the next time you're streaming, my brother? Spoon, when you streaming, we're tuning in. Chicago. Oh, fuck. Where are we putting Chicago? On paper, they should be here. But last year, they were down here. I think you got to... They're either solid or middle of the pack. He'll run through a wall to win you a game. I think Baker's won us all over. Like if you still don't like Baker, you must be like Flannel. Like Flannel hates Baker. If you don't like Baker at this point, you don't have a pulse. Like I would not hesitate to have Baker as my leading man. Yeah, he does some dumb stuff, but he's just a dog. Could be in solid. You know what? Ugh, fuck. I have no clue what to do here because there's such a wild card. Like on paper, they should be at least in the same tier as Denver. But as of right now, they're probably down here. What do you guys think? Could be in solid. Could, yeah. They very easily could. Flannel does have his moments, bro. I saw you apparently crashed out this morning on some Riley Green stuff. Apparently that was a little odd. Yeah, Flannel has his tour moments. Where are we putting the Bears? I think they're a second-year quarterback with a complex offense. They're middle of the pack. I don't hate that. I think when we see it, we could put them here. But as of right now, until proven otherwise, they're middle of the pack. So I think that's fair, Coach. I think when you talk about the Bears offense, you like what could happen. Sorry, I'm watching the game here. You like the potential. You like what it could look like. You like what Caleb Williams can be. You like what Ben Johnson can be. You like DJ Moore. He's a bit hot and cold, but you like him. You like the idea of Colson Loveland, Luther Burden, Jalen Brunson 3. Oh, fuck. He missed. Wow. Fast break. Siakam. Got it. Pacers up 10. Damn. This is fun. Pascal Siakam has 39 points on 15 of 21 shooting. Jesus. Yeah, it could, on paper, it could be. But a lot of it is potential and not, actual like results. So you could argue they're high ceiling / promising, but I'm going to put them there for now. Ooh, San Fran. I'm going to put San Fran here. I think they're similar to Miami. It's about health. That's the question mark. You've got Purdy, who's very good. Similar to Tua, although I think Brock is better than Tua. Christian McCaffrey elite when healthy, but is he gonna come back and look quite like CMC? I think he will, but we don't really know yet. I think Ayuk at his ceiling's very good, but he didn't really look very good last year, and he's coming off a major injury. George Kittle, he's getting a little bit older. Their offensive line's a question mark. Does Shanahan still have that pop? There's some question marks, but at their best, they've got an elite/potent offense. I think they're definitely right now solid with a high ceiling. That's where I would put them. They're similar to Miami to me. That's what I think about them. Philly, statistically, they haven't been an elite offense. But when they turn it on, they can fucking turn it on. I feel like I gotta put them in elite, right? It's tough. They're either, I agree with Malik, they're either potent or elite. They have games where they don't look very good. On paper, they should be elite. They've got a really good quarterback, best running back in the league, top 5 wide receiver duo in the league, top 3 O-line. It's not about the play calling. But yeah, that's a tough one. My God. We're discussing the Eagles' offense and whether this should be impotent or elite. Oh, Knicks down by 5. Hang on a minute. Halliburton driving, kicks. Oh shit! Wide open 3. Clank. Knicks got it. All right, this game's last 2 minutes, so we'll watch this for a minute. I know you guys, if you guys are watching, we'll do a mini watch party. Brunson, tough. That was tough. Yeah, shout out the Dull Spoon. I think the Eagles, that was a tough bucket by Brunson. Next down 3. Yes, sir. That was tough by Brunson. How do you guys feel about SGA winning MVP? You think it was deserved? I'll put the Eagles in potent right now. I think, you look at last year, they were 7th in points, 11th in yards per play, 8th in yards. Oh, fuck. Probably going to stream Sunday and Monday just because I'm probably more oblivion. All right. Well, I'll check it out. Deserves it. Should have been Jokic, but I'm the same. I'm not really watching the NBA like that. Borderline elite is a good way to describe the Eagles. I called it potent. Maybe potent's a little bit too not derogatory, but a little bit low key for the second tier. We'll put them at the front of potent. How about that? We'll do that. Raiders, middle of the pack. I think they'll be either middle of the pack or below average. I think Geno and Genty, along with Bowers. Do they have Jacoby Myers still? If they do, Eagles lead from the front. Facts. Raiders are either below average. I think they're better than the Saints and Giants. Geno's a good quarterback. Genty's good. Brock Bowers is really good. I think on paper, they're kind of similar to the Bears in a way. They still have Jacoby Myers. Okay. Jacoby Myers has some hands on him. They're kind of similar to the Bears, not quite as talented, but I think on paper it looks good, but you still got to see it. So I'm not going to put them in solid with high ceiling yet. And Pete Carroll, to Coach's point. I think they're right next to the Bears. I think that's a fair spot for them. Pacers game is back on. Halliburton. Uh-oh. Shot. Miss. Oh, they got the rebound. All right, Pacers have it back. Myers is solid. Halliburton, 7 on the shot clock. Oh, Siakam. Oh, in and out. Oh, but they got the rebound well. Oh, shit. All right, they're down 3. Are we getting a Jalen Brunson bug? Sorry if I'm spoiling it. Feel free to mute if I'm spoiling it. If I'm ahead of you. Oh, Brunson, stop trying to fucking get a foul. Oh, my God. You wasted all that time to just get a 2? Oh. Oh, shit! They threw it out of bounds! Was that a foul? What happened? I can't hear. Because, I'm not trying to put the volume on and get copyrighted. Oh, it was a foul. Wow. This is good. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. Was it a foul? Yeah, it was a foul. He was fucking holding that jersey. It's a foul? Damn. I have a question, Coach Wog. What would you say you prefer more, football or basketball? Because you've got very good knowledge of both. So what would you say is your like number one sport? I know Malik's is football. I think Anakin's gone to bed. It's nice to seeing Coach and Anakin chatting again did make me happy. Wow. Basketball. Nice. Mine's definitely football, but I like me some basketball as well. I just think football season it's different, you know. Got the first free throw. We'll wait till this 14 seconds is over, then we'll continue the tier list. Or if it goes to a commercial, then we'll continue. All right. Second free throw. Got it. They're going to go. They're not going to use their timeout. Brunson. I don't know if I love this. Brunson shot. That ain't going in. Bad shot. Rebounded by the Pacers. Wow. Pacers going 2-0 up. Wow. Stole 2 games. Fuck. The fuck was that, Brunson? I love football, but I just like hoops a lot as a basketball coach. Fuck yeah, coach. Love it. Fuck yeah. Love it. That's sick. So you were in your Booner bag. What level of basketball did you coach? Yep, Knicks are losing. Basketball and baseball. Oh shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. High school? Dope. That's cool. That is very cool. All right, looks like the Pacers are winning this year. Oh yeah. I think the Knicks should have taken that time out there. Coach, as a basketball coach, I thought Bumson was clutch player of the year. That was a shitty ass shot. As a basketball coach, Coach Walk, I think they should have used that timeout there. The Knicks. That's what I think. But what do you think? Packers, they're potent. I think they're a potent offense. Good quarterback. Every year they're a good offense. Last year they were 8th in points, 5th in yards per play, 5th in yards. They're a potent offense. I don't think they're necessarily an elite offense. I think they kind of lack the personnel to do that. But, you've got LaFleur calling plays. You've got Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs. You had Matthew Golden, which I think is going to be a great addition. I think they are a potent offense for sure. Commanders. I'm going to put them in potent for now, but they're getting close to elite. I was a pitching coach for 2 high school teams in a small division. Hell yeah. Shout out, coach. Shout out to coach. I'm going to put the Commanders in potent. You could argue elite. You really could, because I think Daniels, you look at last year, they were 5th in points. They were a top 5 offense, top 5 scoring offense last year. They were a really good red zone offense and a good third down offense as well. I'm going to put them at the top of potent. They're getting close to being an elite. I could see the argument for them being elite. I think Jaden Daniels gives you that similar floor that a guy like Lamar and Burrow gives you. Love Terry McLaurin. Running backs aren't quite as good as I would like. I think if you had like a really good running back to pair with Daniels, that would be an elite offense. Jesus, well, Knicks are down 2-0. The Knicks are down 2-0. All right. Cliff Kingsbury's a great OC. Love the quarterback. Love Terry. Their offensive line should look a lot better this year, so I could definitely see them being elite. I think they're at the top of Potent for now. Cardinals. Shit, this is tough. I did not expect that. Cardinals is a tough one to rank. Do we put them solid with high ceiling or potent? That's a tough one. That's a very tough one to judge. Middle of the pack. I think they've got the talent. Let me put them here. I think they're a better offense than the Raiders and the Bears. I will say that. I do think that they have the talent to be one of the better offenses in the league, but that's if Kyler Murray puts it all together, if Marvin Harrison takes that next step. But on paper, you got Kyler, you got Connor. Offensive line's solid. It's not the best, but it's solid. Marvin Harrison should be really good. Trey McBride's a dog. What were they in points last year? 12th. 7th in yards per play. 11th in yards. What about expected points, huh? The good old EPA, they were 9th. Okay. I think they're here. I'm with you. We got, you can have we've even got like the Vikings and Potent, and I don't necessarily I have more confidence in Kyler than like a JJ. So I don't think it's necessarily. I do see your point. That's part of the reason why I don't have them higher than that. Like Wheezy D313, shout out. What's up, brother? Cards can be just as good as Vikings. Can be. That is the key. I think that when Kyler's playing like prime Kyler, and if Marvin Harrison takes that next step and James Conner keeps it going and Trey McBride's playing like Trey McBride, I do think they could end up in Potent, but I think I still got to see it be more consistent. I got to see it come to fruition more with Arizona. And that is exactly why I've got them here. Oh, Wheezy. Oh, Wheezy. Oh, Wheezy. Come on, man. Ugh, I disagree. With that. Give me Daniels over Kyler. I just think Daniels is better in every way. We got 10 viewers. Let's go. Peak Kyler? Yeah. But when's the last time Kyler put together a really good season from start to finish? I can't. I just think Daniels, he's taller, a lot taller than Kyler. He's better as a scrambler. Maybe facts. I've seen you're very anti CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels. You're consistent at least with you're not big on rookie quarterbacks who get hyped up as much. I'll sell you on this. Oh, and Terrell's here. Terrell and Wheezy both enter. Let's fucking go. Yes, Terrell and that is fucking brilliant. That is great. All we need is a Tur. He just says what up though. What is up, Terrell? What's poppin', brother? My guy. That's funny. Jaden Stroud. I think Stroud. Can I sell you on this, Wheezy? I think Jaden is equally as good as Stroud from the pocket. Plus, he's a lot more mobile. So I think he's a better player than Stroud. Plus, CJ Stroud, he regressed for sure. However, I think if you're just blaming it on Stroud, I think that's being lazy personally. I think that my guy, fucking go. Appreciate you tuning in at 10:40. Fucking go. When you look at the situation around CJ, the play calling was terrible. The offensive line was terrible. Their receivers were hurt in and out of the lineup constantly. Like, if you looked at a lot of their play calling, they'd run into a cloud of dust on first down, no matter what. Then they'd throw a wide receiver screen or run again on second down. They'd constantly be getting in third and longs, third and 9, third and 8 behind an offensive line that couldn't pass block. And that was it over and over and over and over again. And CJ did regress. I'm not denying that. But I don't think CJ Stroud just magically got dog shit at football. Like, a lot of it, in my opinion, had to do with the situation. That's my opinion. We're doing an NFL offense tier list. So we're ranking offenses in the league. So, for example, we've got the elite, we've got potent, which is kind of borderline elite. Like, they'll be potent top 10 level offenses. Solid with a high ceiling / promising. Middle of the pack, below average, and then pure trash, which I have just reserved for the Pittsburgh Steelers because I can't fucking stand the Steelers. That's the only reason I put them there. So, for example, we've got the Ravens, Lions, Bucks, Bengals in elite. So far, I've put the Lions in elite. I think my Rams are a tier below. That is the list right now. I'm sure you'll put the Bears in trash. I didn't make the tier list. This is a tier list that was made by someone already that has all the teams. But I did make a tier list the other day. I think it was my running backs tier list. We did the running backs tier list a few days ago, and I personally did that one. But there's multiple. Like, I did the elite potent. Like, I did all this. Like, I edited the titles of the tiers, but like the team, like the logos, like this, like that was already there. But I did do this. So I guess I technically did make it. I don't know if you know how tier lists work. It's like a website. All right. We'll move on. We got Terrell in the chat. Buffalo Bills are an elite offense. Every single year they have Josh Allen. You look at Allen, they were second in points last year. They were quite low in terms of yards, but in yards per play, they were sixth. The good old EPA, huh? Expected points, they were third. I don't really care about EPA too much. Did you see Ben Johnson talking about EPA? He's such an EPA guy. 11 viewers. Let's fucking go. Bills, they're an elite offense no matter what. When they have Josh Allen, they're elite no matter what. They have been a top 5 offense, I think, the last 4 years with Allen, and the only elite weapon he's ever had really is Stephon Diggs. And they're still elite. They still produce. I think in terms of points per drive, they were like a historically great offense last year. And adding Josh Palmer, that's a good addition. They've kept all their talent pretty much, aside from Amari Cooper. They're an elite offense. You have Josh Allen, your offense is going to be elite. Falcons, I'm putting them here in solid with a high ceiling. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Speaking of Josh Allen, I'm trying to get a Josh Allen, trying to rock a Josh Allen haircut. I've been doing short my whole life. I'm trying to mix it up here. Terrell, we got to get you on the show, man. We got to get you on the show. Let me know when you're free. You need to get yeah, I could put the link to this StreamYard in the chat, and you guys could tap in. We could have a conversation. You can anything you guys disagree with me on, you can come in and we can have a talk. That fucking profile picture always puts me off. Where was I saying? Falcons, I think they're in that tier. I like Penix, but he's unproven. I'm down. I'm moving next Friday, but after, like I said, I'll jump on with you. Fuck yeah, Terrell. Where are you moving? Where are you moving, my man? And also, shout out to Terrell for being retired. He's in his 40s and he's retired. Fucking go. Hell yeah. I remember, Shift God. We got the whole crew in here. Let's go. Appreciate y'all, bro. This makes me feel good. Having 10 viewers at this late at night, you guys are the fucking best. After watching Crunch Time for 2 hours, man, the community we have here is sick. Sorry, Terrell, you missed our wrench discussion like a week ago. You're going to Vegas? Hell yeah. You sure? With that fucking heat in Vegas, you sure about that? Do the Lions, when is there a year where the Lions play the Raiders? Because if so, you should pull up. You should go to Allegiant for the Canelo Terrence Crawford fight. No, they won't play them next year. Fuck. That's sick. I can't wait. It's probably some random city in Florida called Vegas, and I've gotten it mixed up. I'm kidding. It was 95 with 70% humidity. Fuck. My yeah, that's true. You have lived in Florida. That is a good. Yeah, that is pretty. Can't wait for Bud to sleep Canelo. Oh, I guess we're talking about boxing now. Crawford didn't look great in his last fight. I think Canelo will just be too big. But then again, Canelo's not exactly prime Canelo, so I'm not sure. Did you guys watch the Chris Eubank versus Conor Benn fight? It was fucking sick. Do you guys watch combat sports? I'm a big UFC guy. I like boxing as well. UFC's been a bit of a fucking mess recently, but I'm a big combat sports guy. I've been to Arizona. It was hot in Arizona as well, but my parents said when they went to Florida, it was fucking so like sticky heat because of the humidity. I remember the good old days when I was like 10 years old playing soccer in fucking 96 degrees with a black shirt on so it would absorb all the heat. Running around like a lunatic. I had a cold one of the days. Good memories. Good memories. All right, let's get back to tier list. Falcons. I like combat sports a lot. All right, Wheezy. All right. Who's your favorite fighter? Who's your favorite fighter? I was gonna say Vegas is like my. I've been to Vegas a couple times. Favorite place. Favorite place to go to. I love it at night when it all lights up. That boxing event they did in Times Square was so fucking stupid. But anyways, back to the tier list. Falcons. I like what Penix gives me, but he's unproven. You got Bijan, who's a top 5 back in the league. London, who's a really good wide receiver. I think Darnell Mooney's a great 2. I'm done with Kyle Pitts, but their offensive line is solid. So I think that there's a lot of potential there, but I need to see it a bit more, specifically out of the quarterback. And I know I have the Vikings up here, but I think their weapons that they have, the offensive line, that they got Justin Jefferson, that offensive line, that play calling. So there's a bit of an exception with the quarterback for the Vikings. For the Falcons, I'm going to put them in here for now. No comment, Coach. No comment. No. Do you remember when Jeff? Do you remember? It was the hockey stream, and Jeff was in Vegas, and he got fucking ripped off for a picture with a couple of those, like the people, like the chicks who just roam around. Didn't it cost them like $50 or some shit? Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. Haven't been to Vegas. Oh, you gotta go. It's so fucking cool. I stayed at the MGM last time I went. I went there for 4 days for a Monster Jam event. Monster Jam is like when like monster trucks. I used to be a big fan of that. I went to Vegas for the World Championship when I was like 9. It was fucking sick. I stayed at the Excalibur, I think that time. I stayed at MGM. MGM is my favorite hotel. I just love the look. I love the green and I love like the yellow MGM. I'm a big fan of like the glitz and glamour. I would have told him to fuck off. Horse knee. Wheezy, it's based off of how they've done the personnel and projection. Like, I feel like the established offenses are in elite. Offenses like this tier is partially projecting, like the Niners, the Cardinals, the Dolphins. In order to be up here, I need to really believe in the players you have a lot. Like, you got to have like really good supporting cast, good, even the Vikings, they don't have the quarterback. They've got a supporting cast. Packers have the quarterback. Rams, Eagles, Commanders have the quarterback. Same with all these 5. It's basically like elite is like established elite offenses that have been elite and I expect to be elite. So it's kind of a combination of what you've done. I feel like I made that way more complicated than it needed to be. But it's kind of a combination of how you are right now, projecting. It's kind of a combination. Tampa elite. Terrell, I have a take. I think the Bucs are going to be a top 3 offense in the league, and I think the Bucs could potentially have the best offense in the league this year. I think they're going to be fucking unreal. Like they were 4th in points last year, 3rd in yards, 3rd in yards per play. And they lost Cohen, so that could be interesting, but I love Baker, love the backfield. I've already explained. I think the Bucs offense is going to be electric this year. That's kind of my personal opinion. Let's get on to the rest of these teams. Seahawks. I'm going to put the Seahawks here. I'm not big on Darnold. Kenneth Walker's a good running back, but behind that offensive line, you can never get anything going. I don't know necessarily how JSN and Cooper Kupp are going to work, and that is true. That is true. Same with the Lions. There's too much talent on the offense for a new OC to fuck him up. Agreed, coach. You know ball. I don't know how JSN and Kupp are necessarily going to work. They're both kind of slot receivers. And Wirfs as well. I did mention that when I was talking about them, Wheezy. There you go. We're getting better. That Kyle over Jaden Daniels comment, though, I do disagree with that, man. Come on now. And yeah, we got some problems about Jared Verse, Wheezy. Might have you come on the show and we can talk about that. How about your guy Mark Davenport? Your ball knowledge is on Fraud Watch for the Davenport stuff, Wheezy. I ain't gonna lie. That's like fucking Booners. Well, Booners, Broderick Martin, or like Matthew Betts. I'm also not. Davenport's a better player, but you get it. I'm with you, Terrell. I don't know. Because on one hand, I'm like, okay, they had a really kind of bad year last year, and they were still 11-6. But at the same time, doesn't feel like they made the moves necessary to really go from here to here. Feels like they're kind of just stuck at like good, but not really like Super Bowl contender. Like I could see them winning 12 games, or I could see them missing the playoffs altogether, to be honest. But about Seattle, don't love the quarterback. They added Gray Zabel to the offensive line, which he'll be good, but they've still been a bad unit as of late. Again, I don't know how JSN and Kupp are going to work, so I think they still got some stuff to prove. I think Clint Kubiak will be a better OC than Ryan Grubb, for sure. But as Geno was able to really mask the offensive line issues, Sam Darnold, you saw how he played in the last 2 games behind a bad O-line. I'm not a fan. I feel like Green Bay will either heavily overperform or heavily under. I could see that. Or they could just be 10-7. Like, that to me is what Green Bay looks like, 10-7. Patriots, I think, are here. Or they could be middle of the pack. Oh, fuck. You know what? I'll be mature. I'll put them here until further notice. Although I do kind of... If I'm putting the Bears there, I kind of have to put the Patriots there. We'll be consistent. I've been glazing the Patriots all offseason. I think they're going to make the playoffs. But it's similar to the Bears. It's what they can be. It's what Drake May can be. Stephon Diggs is really good. He's not prime Diggs, but he's still solid. He's going to be getting his targets. I don't think he'll be bitching too much. Love Will Campbell. They added a center, I think, in free agency or the draft. Jared Wilson's who they got. Ramondre Stevenson and Henderson is great backfield. So I think Josh McDaniels will be a good OC. But to Coach's point, yeah, they're probably middle of the pack right now. That's what I think. Jared Wilson, yeah, the center in the 3rd round. Fucking great pick. I'm going to put them there. Cleveland, below average. Could be in pure trash, but then again, I'm not being objective with that. I'm just putting the Steelers there because I fucking hate them. Browns, yeah. Quarterback, who the fuck's starting? Doesn't matter. They actually got some decent weapons, but they're below average, still proven otherwise. They don't know what they're doing at running back. Jerry Jeudy's a good wide receiver. Joke is a good tight end. offensive line was kind of dookie at times last year. Until they figure out the quarterback, I'm putting them at below average, and they're bordering on pure trash, like Malik said. Texans. Oof, I feel like fuck. I want to put them here. You know what? Fuck. I'm struggling with that one. Yeah, Browns shit. Yeah. Yeah, the Browns are just shit altogether. I'm struggling with Houston. Do I put them here or do I put them in Bowden? It's their offensive line, man. That's the problem. And like, yeah, the Bengals offensive line is shit, but Joe Burrow's proven he can play with shit offensive lines. I don't know what to do here. Texans have potent upside, but right now they're probably. I think that's fair. Xavier D, my man, always showing support. We've had the whole crew in here. We've had Anakin, even Wheezy's coming through. Terrell, Coach, Motor City, the Dull Spoon. We've got 8 more offenses, so probably around 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll do a quick mailbag, and then we'll hop off. That's the plan. But if you want to get some sleep, Terrell, I ain't going to blame you. I'm not going to kill anybody for not watching me at this late at night. I know Xavier's in Chicago. Why do people have me blocked? Well, Xavier D. Has Xavier D blocked Terrell? I think we might need to figure that out. Anakin the creep. He was being a bit odd earlier, wasn't he? I was fucking with him earlier. I think he went to bed. Didn't even say goodnight. Didn't even say goodnight. No, okay. Who has you blocked? Like, who can't you see? Like Malik's in here, Coach, Wheezy, Motor City. I joined as soon as you were talking about that. I did see that. You talked about it being for swimming, but I'm tripping. Oh, that's funny. Anakin does. He's an interesting fella. I don't have him play. Malik, I was like, there's no way Malik's blocked him. Anakin's an interesting fella. He does. Like, he's not a bad guy. Like, he's a good guy, but there's just times where I'm like, just turn it off. You know what I mean, Xavier? Just turn it off. Like, you know, he is a bit of a creep. Well, yeah. But I don't think Anakin's a nasty person. I just think that he went into troll mode every once in a while. I just can't help myself. He's so easy to troll. Like, every once in a while, I just can't help it. Coach Walk, do you remember that one show, it was like a year ago, where we all just ignored Anakin for like an hour and a half, and he actually believed that we had like blocked him, or that he had accidentally blocked us? His process is say something inappropriate, apologize. That is true. That is true. He always ends up. He's always saying sorry. It's like he needs to just let it go. Like it was so funny. His like it shows with his like whenever the chat, like, he feeds off other people's energy, and his idealistic nature is he wants everything to be good. If there's any friction in the air, he's like, "Are we good?" Or like, "I'm sorry, man." Like, and even when you're talking about like Brad Holmes, if you say anything negative, you want the guy fired. It's like he wants everybody to be on the same page. And it's like, Anakin, you gotta just let people have their opinions. He does. I mean, it works. It fucking works. All day. All day. Like, he literally just, he hasn't been in the chat for what, 3 weeks? The Goff list pops up and he's fucking pops out of nowhere. A tour is such an odd one, man. A tour is easy to rage bait. Very interesting with Adams. I'm excited to see. With him and Puka, I'm excited to watch that. I am. I'm excited. I'm putting them in potent for now, and they're not quite elite. Yeah, a tour is easy to troll, but I don't know. He'll answer a question an hour later, and you don't know what he's talking about. Well, a tour or Anakin? Actually, I could apply to both. But yeah, a tour. Whenever you say anything remotely negative about Goff, like, I can't get away with it. And he always calls me like an insult. which I don't Anakin, yeah, which I don't necessarily appreciate. Like it's a football debate, a tour. Don't need to be a dick. KC, uh, probably potent with all their weapons healthy. It's like, but we think about it. Just because we disagree on Goff. Why does that make me like an insult? Like, what does that have to do with my opinions on Goff? Like, it's just kind of, I don't know. I don't get it. Facts. Look up Dunning-Kruger syndrome. I'll look that up. I'm looking that up. Sorry we're going late, guys. Shout out to you for staying on this late. That is true. That is a tour. I feel like I can't say elite because they haven't been elite the past couple years. You know what I mean? Keep it going, my man. That is true. It is a Friday. That is true. You guys can stay up fucking. We can stay up fucking late. Whatever. KC has the potential to be elite. That does check out. Yeah, it says I'll tell you. It's what was it? Dunning-Kruger syndrome. It says a cognitive bias where individuals with low competence tend to overestimate their abilities, while those with high competence often underestimate. So he's definitely the first one. This occurs because those with less knowledge may not grasp the complexity of a topic and therefore fail to recognize their own lack of expertise. A tour just basically just nitpicks 3 stats that fits his narrative and just fucking drills them into your head. And listen, I think stats are great, but if stats are your only metric for evaluating a player, you're going to die on terrible hills. Like I saw someone in the chat yesterday say Goff's career passer rating 95, Stafford 91. And it's like, okay, that's fair. Jimmy Garoppolo has a higher career passer rating than Peyton Manning. So like he would have loved Jimmy G. The efficiency numbers Jimmy G put up, oh my god. But then you put Jimmy G on the Raiders and he looks ass. So it's like, was he as good as the numbers, or is it just like, you know, facts, dude? Oh, I tried to tell him this. He accuses us a lot of cherry picking. By the way, I'm not gonna call him like a bad guy because I don't know him, but he has his moments where he comes across as a real dick. Yeah, Stick. Don't even get me started with Stick. I can't do it. It's like, even if you like Goff, like, I don't know. My problem is not with the Goff slappies. It's with the people who would literally rather chop their nuts and dick off than give the guy any criticism. Like, that's my issue. Like, a tour will argue. He is like Katz. But I feel like Katz is purposely being a troll. A tour actually believes the shit he's saying. I was gonna bring I remember, Terrell. It was the Lions Cowboys post game when you guys got fucked by the refs. I remember you jawing at him. Look, statistics are a great tool, but game tape and context are just as, if not more, facts. Like, that's not hard. It's not hard to fucking understand. Like, a tour will argue to the death that Goff didn't have a bad game against the Commanders. And like, even if you love Goff, he had a bad game. When Matthew Stafford has a bad game, I will sit up here and tell you he had a bad game. As much as I love Matthew Stafford, I will tell you, I'll be honest. And he thinks Jared Goff's better than Josh Allen. I'm sorry, that's just lunacy. I'm sorry. I can't get with that. You know how much I love Stafford. Stafford ain't better than Allen. Even when Stafford won the Super Bowl, I didn't have him over Allen. Because I know what my eyes told me with Josh Allen. Like, anyways. This has been a good convo. He does die on a hill, but like, if he was more respectful and didn't berate people so much and didn't occasionally just act like a dick, he would get more respect. But I don't know. No sense of humor. Yeah. Like, yeah. He just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I hope he's listen, I'm not gonna judge. Maybe he has shit going on. And maybe he can't control his emotions. You never know what's going on in someone's life. So I'm not gonna completely judge him and call him a dick. Yeah, like if stats are your thing, then Kenny Pickett should have been like, because Kenny Pickett threw like 40 touchdowns. Don't get me wrong, I have judged. I'm just trying to be nice. That's the yeah. That's the best way to put it. In this moment, he's a real asshole. He's been like that for two. That is true. Maybe I'm cutting him a bit too much slack. He does have zero sense of humor. Like, dude, Bryce, like, Malik said, Goff's great, but he's not Super Bowl champion Bryce Perkins. Tua took it serious. Like, how do you not see that? You know, and like there will be times where I will purposely put a comment, knowing for a fact that Tua will reply to it. I set the trap, and he falls into it every time. That was fucking hilarious. Very fun at parties. Yeah. Like, I've rage baited him so many times. I try not to let him get to me, but there's some, like, for me, like, I always like to, I don't know, even if I know I'm right, sometimes I wish I could just fucking shut him up for good to get the satisfaction, but there's no shutting him up. So it's like, yeah, Tyler rage baited him as well. Every once in a while, when I see, like, when shit's going down, there's times where I do pour gas in the fire, 100%. I'm a little, like, I've always been an instigator. Like, I always instigate shit. Like, I'm very good at pushing people's buttons. Yeah, it's one of my flaws. I remember that. I remember that. You can't admit when he misses a joke. Yeah. Like, and like, if stats are your thing, then you should have Dak in your top 5. Like, that's what I mean. Like, when, like, stats are great, but like, you got to be consistent, and he's not consistent. Like, when I show it, like, I remember one time, this is gonna be the last thing I say about a tour because he's taking up like 10 minutes of the show. I put, because I'm a Stafford guy, I put the Rams offensive stats from 2020 with Goff and compared them to Stafford's when he was inserted in the same offense. And Stafford's were much better. The offensive numbers were way better. And that is my main argument, that Stafford, is just a bit of a different tier than Goff because he was inserted into a similar offense and instantly made it better. It was a very clear argument. But Tour's response was, hey, swear word, they were the number 1 offense in 2017. It's like, okay, that has nothing to do with what I just said. So, like, how are we the ones that are cherry picking stats? That is cherry picking. You ignored what I said and went to a completely different thing. Like, just like shit like that. And like another time he was going off about Josh Allen. So I'm like, okay, let's compare Josh Allen and Goff's playoff numbers since the tour likes numbers. So I put the numbers in, and he's like, what is it with you with your cherry picked fake data? It's like, that's not, you can't just say it's cherry picked and fake just because it doesn't fit your narrative. That's facts as well. Trust me, I've tried saying that to him. Yeah, and Anakin succumbed to the peer pressure. He succumbed to the peer pressure. And he always calls like he's calling Lucas a moron, calling Jeff like he's always calling them names. It's like, you don't have to do that. It's not that fucking serious. But whatever. But hey, what can you do? My mom has said to me throughout my life, no matter where you go, no matter what group you go to, or no matter what group you're in, there's always one asshole. He's the asshole. There's always an asshole everywhere you go. That's what my mom tells me. All right, Chiefs potent. We'll get back to the list. We were at Chiefs. Chiefs are impotent for me. I think at their ceiling they're elite, although they haven't given me elite results over the last couple years, so I can't put them in elite. So I'm gonna put them in potent. It's Booner. Booner's not that bad. Booner doesn't like say like profanity like insults every 2 minutes. But Booner does. Booner is the master at starting shit out of nowhere. Like he is the master at starting an argument from nothing. He's not as much of a dick as a tour can be, but yeah, he does start some shit. It is funny. Now Booner isn't as much. Yeah. Yeah, Tour's always banging on about how he's like, this is undeniable stat fact. I've done the research. And like all it took me was a 2-minute Google search to look up stats that kind of debunk his whole thing. But whatever. Dallas, they're solid with a high ceiling. Dak's good. Pickens and CD is good. They were the number one offense in the league 2 years ago, but last year didn't look very good. Brian Schottenheimer is head coach and OC now, pretty much. Booner's alter ego, yeah, that's Booner's burner account. Although a tour has been arguing with Booner a lot. So, yeah. Similar in some ways, although I'm not going to insult Booner that badly. Booner is something else, though. God bless him. Booner gets all defensive and is feeling. Yeah. There's times where it's annoying, but God bless him. He does start shit like from nothing all the time. Dallas, I think they're there. Chargers, we'll skim through these last ones. Chargers, they're there for me. I don't think they're potent yet. I love the quarterback. Don't love the OC. Don't love the O-line. At least the interior better. So yeah, I'll give them the O-line. Receiver, I think they lack explosiveness, so I'm gonna put them there. The Jets, below average. Panthers, middle of the pack. I think Jets, they've got the talent on the offense. They've got Breece Hall. They've got Garrett Wilson. Their offensive line looks the best it has, but still got to see more out of Fields. And yeah, they've just been a bad unit recently, so I don't see that changing. That is facts. That's the best way to put it. Real like Booner, but if you don't share your opinions of him, you are wrong. Fact. Panthers, middle of the pack. I think they're actually going to have a pretty good offense. I can't put them here yet, but Bryce Young showed some flashes late in the year. They got Ted McMillan and Leggett. I love Dave Canales. They could do some stuff. I think they're a solid offense. I don't think they're necessarily here. Titans, I'm going to put them here as well, simply because of Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward will give them a ceiling or a floor of being at least a middle of the pack offense. Tony Pollard's a good running back. They got Calvin Ridley, who's solid. Decent. They added Zeitler on the offensive line. I like what the Titans are giving me. Colts, middle of the pack as well. I think the Jags are middle of the pack as well. Colts, I like Pittman, love Jonathan Taylor, love Shane Steichen. The offensive line has always been solid. Quarterback play is the big question mark. And with the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, see more out of him. I don't love their running game. Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter should be electric. And I think Liam Cohen will have the offense ticking. Oh, shit. I didn't see that. I wish I saw that. That is so fucking true. He's always banging on about how he was a 4-sport athlete. He played soccer, tennis. And what was the other one? He played soccer, tennis, and baseball. Like, that doesn't give you any more. Like I played soccer. It was soccer, tennis, and baseball. 3 of the least physical sports out there, and he thinks he's a guru about a physical sport. Like, I'm not like, oh, I was an athlete. I played fucking soccer. Like, that doesn't give me any more in Division 3, and he was probably the one. Dude, Imagine a tour just pops up. I'm praying to God a tour just pops up out of nowhere. We need to lure a tour into one of these chats and just fucking rip him one day. Oh, I fucking pray that he comes in one day. He should call in one time. You know, they've got the phone lines at crunch time. He should call in. I've called him before. You know, he does that. He listens to chat before he signs in. He does do that on crunch time. That's why he popped up out of fucking nowhere when the Goff shit started yesterday. He is lurking, but that is our offensive tier list. That was a fun episode. I enjoyed that. So I like how we ended up with the top 5. Ravens, Lions, Bills, Bucks, Commanders. I like that top 5. I like that list. Okay, we'll do a mailbag. And then we'll get out of here. It's been a fun show. Hour 15. Let's go. Appreciate you guys, as always. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. It means a lot. When he talks, you think he plays SC. That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. You'd think he was like, okay, Dan Orlovsky was an actual quarterback in the NFL. That doesn't mean Dan Orlovsky can't be wrong about certain things, you know? The worst part is a grown-ass man. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. We'll get your mailbag questions in if you have any. Only guy missing really was Tyler. Aside from that, we had a full house. Well, once again, I just want to say I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Oh, mailbag. Will we have another edge argument on Woodward tomorrow? Well, thankfully, Terrell, it's your lucky day because it's a Saturday. So that's the only reason why it won't happen. But if there was a Woodward show, then you can fucking 1000% bet that there would be an argument. You and Wheezy going back and forth is always funny. It's not even really back and forth. It's just you giving Wheezy shit. What's this fucking edge argument going on no matter what? Hopefully the Wi-Fi gets better. It bothers me. I've been thinking, like I've been thinking of doing player like all 22 breakdowns. But if the Wi-Fi is choppy, then it's not going to play well. So I might have to figure that out. But I've been thinking about doing all 22 breakdowns of like quarterbacks, different players. That's what I want to do. Yeah, ignores me by 80%. Yeah, he doesn't really respond that much. He spoke falsely on my name, though, the other day. I said that I thought Jaden Daniels was better than Jalen Hurts. And Wheezy said, oh, Etienne calls me dumb, but he thinks Daniels is top 3. Wheezy, I did not say Daniels was top 3. You're speaking falsely on my name. I don't appreciate that, Wheezy. Who's most likely to still be a virgin today? Anakin and Booner are both. A tour. I would say that. It's not choppy all the time, just once in a while. Okay. But I've tried, like I've done test runs of playing the all 22 on the screen when it's not working great, and it doesn't work. Like my screen here might be good, but the all 22 is always choppy. And a tour 1, Anakin 2, Booner 3. That's the order. What's better, the game U of M versus OSU or the Shift Booner? Got to be a Shift Booner rivalry. The game doesn't have shit on Shift and Booner. Anybody who disagrees just doesn't know what they're talking about. I know. Wheezy's not like a dickhead about it, though. So, I mean, and he's tuning in the show, so I appreciate him tuning in. Yeah, there's a reason Booner's single at 28. Hey, everybody, if you're here, if you've got Lucas on Instagram or you've got his number, go text him and say that he sucks and that Jeff told you to tell him that. Yeah, Like, you gotta, like, I will say one thing. Yeah, hit the like button. How many likes are we at? There is one thing, like, about me. I'm decent at judging character. So, like, once I get a good gauge of a person, I don't get rage baited by that. Like, I just don't. I just let it go. 11. Oh, yes. Get in there. Get the likes up. But if I can figure out the Wi-Fi, and if I can make it good enough to do some all 22 breakdowns, drop some players you'd like me to break down. Drop some players you'd like to watch. The best I'm at is quarterbacks, but I could probably do wide receivers decently. Anything on offense, anything on I could do like a Jared Verse or like a defensive lineman, but I'm more of a quarterback guy as far as watching film. But let me know. There we go. But let me know if you've got any players you'd like me to break down. Also, sometimes I've been having this issue where I'll say something on a show, and then I'll think about it, and I'll be like, that was probably wrong. And it bugs me. I wish I could just take it back. Get a Wi-Fi extender? Okay, I've gotten that a couple times, so I'll look into it. Kyler Murray, that would be a good one. I love to break down just Joe Burrow. Just watch Joe Burrow film. Just watch him just manipulate that pocket. JJ, yeah, we'll do JJ McCarthy's preseason tape of the one game he played. I should do Caleb Williams film. That would be good. I should do Caleb Williams. That'll be a good one. Oh my God, you're so right. Jake Fromm. Fact. Because that was one of the fucking best QB performances I've ever seen. That's the best Goff game I've seen since he cooked the Vikings on Thursday night in 2018. That game he had against the Vikings. I got that Klotz acne. Jeez. But Goff at Minnesota, he was fucking unreal. I'd love to do Baker as well. Tua turn the ball over, man. You're really trying to test my patience, man. Shocking. Part of me just wants Caleb to fucking go off this year just to see the Caleb. It sucks because with Caleb I have to strike this balance because some people overrate him, and I do think some people underrate him a bit. But let me know if you've got any more questions. Okay, I will take that into consideration, Coach. I will. Old school quarterbacks like Kenny Stabler. When did Kenny Stabler play? Yeah, we should watch Kenny Stabler highlights. When the fuck did he play? Jeez. 19. He was drafted. Oh my God. Born in 1945. What a guy. Jesus. Really? You must have really thought he was going to suck. He played worse than I didn't think he played very good. You must have thought he was going to be ass. Shout out to you guys for watching for an hour and a half, damn near. Fuck yeah. Is it a possibility that the Google number that Jeff made for calling in is still active so I can prank? Yeah, dude. Jeff is turning to Hollywood. They've gone away from letting people call in. It's the middle of May. We need to pass time. Let people call in. Hey man, if you guys want to stay on, like I'll stay on as long as you guys want. Fuck it, it's a Friday. Fuck it. Jim Plunkett. Fucking absolute icon of the game. Who was that? Wasn't there a Rams quarterback? And was he that? No, it was Jim Everett. That was the Rams one. I only do a Jim Everett breakdown and do a Kurt Warner. Please can do a whole show. Well, Ball Don't Lie podcast episode 21 will be called The Jay Cutler Show. I didn't watch Jay Cutler, so I don't know, but yeah. If you guys want to stay on, we'll just stay on and chat. Fuck it. It's a Friday. It's the weekend. Jimmy Clausen. Didn't Mel Kiper, was it him that said Jimmy Clausen? Like, if Jimmy Clausen is not good, I don't know what, like, or something like that. Was it Jimmy Clausen that he said that about? Was it Jimmy fucking Clausen? Jamarcus Russell, what a guy. Jay Cutler was such a disappointment. Yeah. Smoking Jay Cutler. Yeah, we gotta do a Jamarcus Russell right now. Yeah, it was. Fucking hell. Mel Kiper's rant on Shedeur was fucking it was kind of pathetic. Let's be honest. It was a bit like, I saw all these memes that like it took him less time to pick a pope than it did for Shedeur to get picked. Honestly, no lie, if I'm being 100% honest, I think Shedeur is the best quarterback that the Browns have, which isn't a fucking high bar because it's Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, and Dylan Gabriel. But I think he's the best guy they have. Can't believe he fell to the fucking 5th round, dude. Mel thought Jimmy was going to be the GOAT. We still got 9 people in here. Chicago's produced more popes than 4. That's a fact. The fact that that's actually like a factual statement and not like sarcasm is fucking hilarious. It's still, oh yeah, I agree. Like, he's not. If Shedeur can fucking turn around Cleveland, that would be something else. If he could turn around Cleveland. Fucking hair sticking up here. That would be something else if he could turn around Cleveland, for sure. I don't think it's gonna happen, but yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for anyone that gets drafted to that shithole. And it's in Ohio. Never been to Ohio, but I've heard it's shit. Man, I can't believe we're staying on. This is sick. Still got 9 people watching. This is dope. 9. You gotta remember, 9's a lot for me. Hey, one day we're gonna have 100. Ohio's dusty. It does look pretty dusty, and the weather. It's a shithole. Yeah, that's the perfect way to describe it. Yeah. Xavier's Philadelphia. About to watch Solo Leveling. What is? Is that like that? That sounds like some shitty. Is that like some TV show? Oh, it's a. Okay. All right. Okay. I was gonna say Solo Leveling. That sounds like some random ass fucking sport. So sounds like some random ass Olympic sport. Solo Leveling. Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly what I was gonna say. Xavier calls Philadelphia the armpit of Xavier's Philadelphia slander is fucking hilarious. Okay. Who do you guys think is gonna win the college football national championship? I've never gotten into anime. I've never gotten into that. I don't know why. I've just never came around to watching it. I don't watch TV or like that many movies and shit. I gotta start watching more of that stuff. Yeah, armpit of the universe. Yeah. The episodes are 22 minutes. Okay. I have this issue where like I'm so like addicted to like watching specific things, like watching like either football or like going fucking like mindlessly going through shit on my phone, that like my attention span when it comes to watching like new shows is very like short. Like I always like get fucking distracted. I need to work on that. You'll love it, I promise. Okay. New York isn't much better. LA's turned into a bit of a mess. San Francisco is a bit fucked as well. People breaking into people's cars every 2 minutes. I've lived in SoCal for like over 10 years. Nothing really bad happened. We go to San Francisco on a mini vacation. Second day we're there, fucking car gets smashed through. Car window gets smacked, and they take all our food. We're lucky. It could have been a lot worse. Could have taken some other shit. He was probably quite. When the guy took that big box, he was probably quite disappointed when all he found was a pack of goldfish. He was probably like, "Fuck." I love to say Clemson, but I'd rather not predict college football. I think probably Texas. Okay, I will take that. If Terrell says it's good, then it must be good. This is fun. Just having a nice convo. I'll say Texas wins the Natty. I think that's a good one. I think Archman's going to be very good. South Carolina's a sleeper. My man Lenore Sellers. I'm manifesting him being the next Rams quarterback. I was going to say, Terrell, you missed our wrench agreement the other day. Fuck. Gary, Indiana is probably the scariest city I've been through. There are signs that say the police. Damn. Shit. I've only been to, I'll tell you all the places I've been to. I've been obviously to LA. I've been to San Francisco. We were supposed to go to Oregon one time, but that got canceled. I've been to Arizona for a soccer camp for a week. That was fun. I've been to Vegas, and I've been to the UK because my entire family's from the UK. I've been to Scotland and England. Went to England for a soccer game. I went to Scotland to see my family. I haven't, so like my parents are Scottish and they moved here when they were in their 20s. My entire other family's in Scotland, like my aunts, uncles, cousins, everything. And I haven't seen them in 7 years. Crazy. They haven't gotten around to seeing each other. I haven't seen them in person since I was like 13. That math doesn't math. Since I was like 12. Yeah, like 3 days ago, we agreed on who was getting wrenches. And we agreed that like Motor City and the Dull Spoon got them. I've already got 3. I've already got, like, Crunch Time has 3. I feel like 3 is a good amount, but I am tempted to give Terrell a wrench just because he's a fucking dog. Oregon is... yeah. It's dope. We got 11 people in here. Let's go. But only when I should find a way to make that happen. So Xavier can put... You would have a field day with Anakin. Anakin would be petrified to come in here. I went to a Diamondbacks game one time in AZ. Okay, I'll tell you some of the sporting events I've been to. I've been to a bunch of soccer games because soccer was my thing growing up. Been to soccer, football, baseball. Someone else went to baseball. I've been to hockey. Been to NBA, obviously. 12 viewers. Let's go. Obviously, Monster Jam when I was younger, but that's not really like a major sport. Have I seen any other? I've seen college football. I've got a cool story. So the first soccer game I went to, I was, I think, 6 or 7. I went to watch a doubleheader, and the first game was Real Madrid. And the first player I ever saw score a goal live was Ronaldo. Pretty fucking dope. I don't remember much, but yeah, that was the first player I saw score a goal. Yeah, but I do get that. However, I feel like that would have to be strictly 2 reasons why that wouldn't be as ideal. One thing, that would have to be like I couldn't really go over because then I'd be stealing from Crunch Time. And I have a wrench on Crunch Time and that allows me to share my link with the chat. That's the easiest way to get viewers onto my podcast. I couldn't really do that. It wouldn't be as easy to do that if I couldn't put the link into like a chat. So that's why I do it after Crunch Time. It's the easiest way for me to get at least some people watching. So that's why I do it here. I did think about doing it at that time. God, I'm thirsty. I haven't drank this whole time. Fuck. Do I have some water? I'm gonna go grab my water bottle over there. Give me a sec. Okay, there we go. Still can't believe I got 12 viewers. Let's go. Do you guys want to go to 12? Well, fuck it. We'll do 2 hours. Why not? Why not? We can go that far if you guys want. I'm down. We can just chat about life. Have a nice Friday. Chillax. Do you guys watch any UFC? I'm hoping Sean O'Malley wins the next one. I'm fucking praying. UFC is a bit of a fucking mess right now with all the I don't like your tone, coach. I'm joking. Hell yeah. Everything's always so weird for me on West Coast time. Yeah. Dude, Terrell, the fucking UK games are so shit. Like the NFL games they do in the UK, you gotta wake up at 6:30. And the soccer games are a pain over here. I don't know if you watch soccer, but sometimes start at 4:30. I'm not even fucking getting up for that. But yeah, you 10 a.m. kickoff. 10 a.m. kickoff, Terrell. It's primetime games at 5:20. Yeah. 10 a.m. starting time. I don't watch UFC, but when I was younger, me and my cousin would play the UFC games on his Xbox. Yeah, I've played the UFC game as well. It's fun. Sean O'Malley looks like a dude you create on My Player in UFC. With all the fucking hair and the tattoos. Fucking hope he wins. Yeah, it starts at 10. Starts at 10. That's when it's fucking Rams are playing the Eagles at 10 a.m. They even give us the 1 p.m. slot. Shocking. But yeah. It still blows my mind that I got 12 viewers at this time of night. I got suspended 3 times from Xbox Live for being funny. Are they going woke? As they say. By the way, I've heard the new Snow White movies getting a lot of shit for being woke. I'm not gonna get political, but I've heard that movie's getting a lot of shit. You on West Coast? Yeah, I'm in California, brother. I only watch the big fights. I don't know anyone anymore. There's hardly any really huge fights. Conor McGregor was really the big deal, and now they're kind of struggling for star power. Like Israel Adesanya is washed. Yeah, I've seen that. I've fucking seen that. He's been getting a lot of shit. Yeah, there's been a new one. Didn't even know. That kind of says it all. Yeah, apparently it's bombed. People fucking hate it. The lead actor seems like a bit of a dick from the clips I've seen of her. But what was I saying? The UFC is kind of lacking star power after McGregor has kind of blown up in flames. Gone up in flames. 13 viewers. Hell yeah. Like you look at every comment. Go to the main actor's Instagram. There's no positive comment. Yeah, Rachel Zegler. Go to Rachel Zegler's Instagram and look at her comments. She limits her comments and she's still getting shit. Like, it's fucking... What's your guys' favorite movie? Mine is Rocky. Love the Rocky series. Rocky 3 is actually my personal favorite, but I love the Rocky series. Dogs barking. Jurassic Park? Hell yeah. There's a lot of movies that are really popular I haven't seen yet. I need to start watching Lawrence of Arabia. I haven't seen that. Roadhouse. Is that the what? Oh, geez, that stutter was crazy. What's that one again? Didn't they remake that one with Conor McGregor? I'm assuming you're talking about the 1989 one, right? Conor McGregor's acting was fucking dog shit. He was just an angry guy. Just can't. I can't. It looks so bad. With yeah, that one, yeah. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Yeah. It doesn't seem like we got the UFC buzz in here. Jay Cruisin, what's up? First comment. Are you talking about? Is it Bonnie Blue? Is her name? Wasn't it 1,000 that she did? Can't believe I just put that comment on the screen. Hopefully my parents don't see that. But yeah, that fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. How the fuck do you even do that? do you know Sophie Rain? She made $70 million fucking dollars on OnlyFans in a year. That's fucking mind blowing. Like, that's fucked. What the fuck? Is that can't be a movie. Is that actually a movie title? I feel like you're trying to get me to say some creepy shit. She's made more than Jason Tatum. She's made more than 90% of the fucking planet. It's Bonnie Blue. That's her name. Yeah, Bonnie Blue. She claims to have fucked 1,057 men in one day. What the fuck? That doesn't even. This is a sports show. Fuck you, Cruisin'. Changing the subject over here as a blue. That's funny. She's not a part of the blue community. Annie Knight? I've never heard of her. Oh shit, she got hospitalized. What the fuck? 583 men in 6 hours? What the fuck? I'm losing hope in society, man. Oh, that's funny. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's Jesus Christ. Yeah. So she's just like, but, like, how the fuck? How does that work? I'm swearing a lot. Jesus Christ. 90. Yeah, how would that work? Bunch of naked. It's like that. Have you seen that meme on social media where it's like the person pressing all the like they've got like 20 phones in front of them and they're like da 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 da. It must have been like that, except yeah, that's why I'm like, what the fuck? Jesus. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, and that cannot be good for you. That's what I'm saying. It's less than 1 a second. That can't work. That doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, literally must have been like, like, all right, like, yeah. There's no way. That's on the cards. That's on the cards. It's on the cards. Yeah, fuck me. The math is not mathing. That don't make sense. Having sex with 583 different people in your whole life is excessive. Doing it in 6 hours. I can't believe that. All right, I'm back. The fact that you're back at this time of night, fucking G. That's what I'm saying. But even then, like, you're averaging less than a pump a second. So how would that work? It's called mething, yeah. Damn, you'll be on it. Hey, that'll be a better time for you, Terrell, to tune in when you're on the West Coast. You get to tune in at 7. This has been one of my favorite shows. This has been fun. Yeah, you entered back at the right time, Motor City. Thanks to my man Jay Cruz in here, who appreciates tuning in this late. But yeah. First thing, literally the first comment he put in was, "Did you see that meth white OnlyFans girl? It's like with 583 men." That only 6 hours. That can't be right. Wait a minute. One of them saying in a single day, and the other one saying 6 hours. This don't make sense. Anyways. There we go. Shout out to you for being retired at 40. How old are you? 47? Shout out to being retired. Shout out. That's fucking sick. Terrell, you could you could teach Anakin a thing or two. You can be Anakin's advisor. There we go. You'd advise Anakin on that stuff. Terrell on that Sigma grind set. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. Love Anakin. I've appreciated this hour-long break from him. No Anakin, no Ator, just vibes. Just vibes. I wonder who the 12 people are. It's Adult Swim marathon. 13 viewers. Fuck yeah. Well, as long as you guys forever, if you guys want to stay on, I'll stay on, bro. Well, we can do. We'll go up to 2 hours. Really, Malik? I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. Sorry, I was texting my dad right there, telling him that I'm staying on longer. In case he wonders if I'm dead up here. The longer you're on, the more viewers you get. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, cool. What else could we talk about? Who is your guys' most hated sports athlete of all time? Or most hated most hated sports athlete currently? Or most hated football player? Hey, shout out Jay Cruz, and you gave us 10 minutes of conversation with your one comment. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out, brother. Most hated football player. Let's hear it. I've got a few. Don't like Micah Parsons, Debo, DK Metcalf. I've got a few. I've got a few. I knew Coach was gonna say that. That's funny. I knew it. That's a good one, Aziz Al-Shire, yeah. Fuck that dude. Currently, it's Caleb all time. That's a good one, Aaron Rodgers. I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers. I hate Matt LaFleur more than any other player. That's fair. My least favorite coach got to be Nick the Dick Sirianni. That's what I call him. Nick the Dick. And Shanahan, just because fuck him. Just because. Michael Taffe, the Texas safety, never heard of him. 14 viewers. My God. Fucking great. Probably quite confused. They've tuned into an NFL offense's tier list. Hearing us talking about fucking girls, fucking 1,600 dudes or whatever it was. Do I have a quarterback as my least? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the least favorite quarterback by far. Okay, so watch the end of the Texas-Iowa State playoff game. You'll see why I hate him. Okay, what was he like? Taunting or was it a late hit? Something like that. But Tours is definitely Josh Allen. Also, I would like, end of the week, I would like your guys' feedback. Has the analysis been good this week? Has it been good to listen to? I always want to make sure I'm getting feedback from you guys. Want to make sure I'm good to listen to. Fucking fly in the background. Dirty hit on a wide receiver's head that wasn't even called. I think I remember that. I remember that hit. Yeah. Okay. Very good, buddy. Appreciate you, Xavier. You're the man. Great show tonight. Appreciate you, Coach. You too, Xavier and Coach. You guys mean a lot to me. Appreciate you too. You've always been very nice to me from the very beginning since I've been in the Crunch Time chat. I appreciate it. I hate dirty players, yeah. Yeah. That's why I hate DK Metcalf. Fucking scrub. Okay. We're going for a bit longer than we'll wrap it up. What else could we talk about? Definitely a great show. My man, Motor City. Appreciate you, brother. You're a respectful person. I try my best, Coach. I try my best. Dude, when I'm watching football, though, I turn into a different person, bro. I turn into a demon. But I try my best. I try my best. I was going to ask some of those movies. Favorite sports movie? Rocky. Does that count? Yeah, that should count as sports movie. It's boxing. I need to watch Draft Day and Remember the Titans. I need to watch those. And like Friday Night Lights. I've read a bit of the book. Haven't watched the movie. Favorite sports movie is definitely Rocky, probably. I would say. But I need to watch Draft Day and Remember the Titans. I need to watch those movies. What else was I going to say? Sandlot, Little Giants. I've never heard of that. Some of your guys' movies might be a little out of my league. Yeah, 1994. I mean, Rocky's 1970s. I don't know what I'm talking about. Caddyshack. 1980. Boom. I feel like I've heard of The Natural. 1984. Baseball movie, okay. The Program, 1999. Okay, I like it. You start watching some of those. I had a question I was going to ask, and I've lost it. Fuck, I forgot. Damn. Oh, okay, Xavier. Okay. I hate when you have something in your head and you forget it. God damn it. Okay, well, we've done least favorite players. How about favorite non-Lions player? My favorite non-Rams player is probably either Joe Burrow or Jaden Daniels. It's kind of a tie. Bull Durham. 1998. Okay. Joe Burrow, Max. I fucking love Max Crosby as well. I like those two. Burrow and Crosby. I love Max Crosby. He might be my favorite defensive player in the league. I love Max Crosby. And I've always been a big Burrow guy. Yeah, I'll go Burrow and Daniels for me. Brian's song. Yeah, I love Max Crosby, bro. He's just a fucking dog. Like, he just looks like a Raider. You know? He'd be fucking nasty on the Lions, bro. Him and Hutch. Jesus, I'm glad that didn't happen. Chris Jones. Yeah, he's a good player. Hutch and Crosby, really? I got a funny jersey. Very funny. So, in 2020, I always really liked Goff when he was with the Rams. And 2020, it was like September, October when he was balling. I asked for a Goff jersey, like for Christmas. Like they asked me, "Are there any Christmas you want?" I'd be like, "I wouldn't mind a Goff jersey." And I got the jersey. A month later, he was fucking traded. And then I just got a Stafford jersey the year later. It was for my birthday. I got the Stafford jersey. My Goff jersey lasted a fucking month. That was my first jersey ever with a Rams Goff jersey, and it lasted a month before he got traded. I used to have this curse that every player's like name that I got on the back of my jersey would go to shit. Facts. TJ Watt and Aaron Donald. Love Aaron Donald, obviously. And then TJ Watt, demon. Any plans this weekend? I'm not sure. JJ Watt, yeah, I thought JJ Watt, yeah. We haven't been doing much recently. I gotta get out of the house more. I've been putting off my driver's license for far too long. I need to get it done. Yeah, JJ Watt's a dog. Shame he used to get hurt all the time. I know. I always fucking forget. I don't know why. I don't know. It's homework and chill. There we go. South, my guy. Live in a place called Valley Center. I know. For some reason, I put it off for a little bit, and I just haven't gotten back to it. I've been thinking of doing it for like a while. For some reason, I just never get around to it. I don't know. For some reason, I was a little hesitant. But I want to now, so I'll get on it. I don't know why I was hesitant. I'll be on the grill, teach it right. I hate motorcycles, dude. I can't do. I'm hesitant to drive a car. What do you think I am with a motorcycle? I just don't trust myself with driving. I trust myself now, but I had an online friend a while back lived in Cali. Cool. You'll be close. We'll have to link for sure. I know, but I just feel like give me 4 wheels. Like I just don't. I'm not a fan. I'm getting what is it? Rasheed? No, shouldn't bring that up. Drunk driving. No one's more. Shafir. What's that? Am I dumb for not knowing what that is? Okay. Yeah, this guy got money. I know. I knew you were. Yeah, I get embarrassed when I tell people that I can't drive right now. Get it done. Get it done. All right, we'll go like an extra 5-10 minutes, then we'll wrap it up. Dude, my son's 34, 6 for a guy, and still doesn't know how to drive. He doesn't care. Yeah, I think what fucked it up is my mom told me a story about a friend of hers who didn't start driving until she was like 21, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have done it earlier, but she's like, it's fine. So I just waited. I'm gonna put that quote up on my wall, Coach. Very, very inspirational. God, neck hurts. Yeah. Okay, it's been a fun show. It's been a fun show. Also, for some reason, like I used to, for some reason, get depressed when I think about my driving. When I come around to doing it, for some reason, I get sad for no reason. It's like a signal that I'm fucking growing up, and for some reason, it just made me like start feeling depressed, and I'm like, fuck this, you know. In my brain, I'm still fucking 13. Gonna be turning 19 in about a month. Well, Motor City, we did the 2-hour show. See you later, Motor City. Well, we'll go to 10. We'll go to quarter past, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll do that. We'll do maybe 10 past. Shout out Xavier. Great time. Great show. Peace out, Motor City. You're the GOAT. My G. Have a night, brother. I know. Oh, this overlay. Hey. Whoa. I'm fucking just pressing all these buttons here on StreamYard. What's this? Background. Oh, never mind. Doesn't work. I'm gonna hate turning 21. Hey, you can drink though. There you go. Yeah. Feels like time's going by quicker and quicker and quicker. Take me back to when I was like 9. Yeah, 30, like the difference between 29 and 30, it's like 5'11" and 6 foot. You gotta, if the Lions win the Super Bowl, for the culture, Malik's gotta have a drink. I'm gonna hate turning 21 for the third time. Yeah, like difference between 29 and 30 is like 5'11" and 6 foot for like females. It's like 29 still looks kind of young. For some reason, 30. It's like, ugh. Question I was gonna ask: what's your guys' favorite album? We'll go we'll do albums. finish on that. What's your favorite album? Mine's Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. I actually did a Photoshop project at my school where I created a album cover of my own version of Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. That's my album. What's your guys' favorite album? That we'll end it on that. Appreciate you, Terrell. Have a good night, my brother. Appreciate you tuning in this late. You're the GOAT, brother. Peace out. The Clash, London Calling. I'm gonna look that up. The Clash. Hey. Hey, there we go. Nice. It's a little pointless having that up on the screen. You have to look at the chat. that wasn't as dope as I thought it was. Coach Walk, favorite album? I love the 80s. The Outfield Play Deep. Never heard of it, but feel isn't it? Sure, it's good. So you guys are a bit out of my league with some of these albums. Malik, what's the favorite album? Oh, okay. Let me look that up. Did it just get released recently? The one I've looked up got released recently. You like the band Pup? Give them all right. Okay. Okay. I like it. Well, that was a very fun show. We did a 2-hour show for the first time. That was a lot of fun. Still got 10 viewers in here. I'm assuming all you guys have hit the like. If you haven't, hit the like. Won't be doing it on Monday because it's Memorial Day. So next show will probably be on Wednesday. So have a great weekend, everybody. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out Xavier, Malik, and Coach for being the last 3 in here. You guys are the best. You guys are the GOATs. I'll look that up. Have a night. Good night, Malik. See you, Coach. See you, Xavier. See you guys. All love. Peace.